Oppa Gundam style, everybody, and welcome to the G Gundam finale of Wow Cool Robot, Noisepace.xyz's Gundam podcast. I'm Max, I use he, him pronouns, and with me, as always, are Argyle and Audrey.
I'm Audrey, I use they, she pronouns.
I'm Argyle, I use he, him pronouns.
Hey, this show fucking beats ass.
Yeah.
As I said last episode, I make no promises about not saying this again. So imagine not liking G Gundam.
Oh my god, this show is so fucking good.
I love this show.
It is
honestly.
it is such a, especially with the ending, like a quintessential 90s action series.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In such a satisfying way. The guy gets the girl, but he does it through, the most, emotional way possible.
Yeah, the most fucking
the power
saccharine.
of love.
Yeah,
it's good.
The final villain that he has to conquer is his own emotional, shortcomings and having to get over those to actually get the girl. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And there's a ton of stupid cameos that don't make any sense. And there's a Mega Man boss rush, and there's everything you could ever want. But yeah, G Gundam, fucking good-ass show. Y'all just want to get into it?
Yes.
Let's do it. Argyle.
Mm-hmm. First up is Mobile Fighter G Gundam, episode 46. Rain's Crisis, Return of the Dark Gundam. The Gundam fight is over and Domon's victory ceremony is just about to start. Dr. Mikamura has just finished removing the DG cells from Allenby's body when some soldiers burst in to escort him out. With his father's freedom secured, Domon shrugs off Corrado and leaves the parade to see Rain. When he arrives at the hospital Allenby is at, however, Rain is already gone. A fleet of Neo-Japan warships arrive, with Major Alube at the head to retrieve the Dark Gundam under the pretense of it being too dangerous to leave on Earth. Dr. Mikamura plans to go with them and assure its final destruction. Rain also leaves with him, shouldering the guilt of her father's crimes to such an extent that she wishes to never see Domon ever again. Reviewing Wong's research on the Dark Gundam, Alube learns that the Ultimate Life Core unit needs to be someone who can give birth, and as such kidnaps Rain to put into the Gundam. Dr. Mikamura sends a distress beacon to Domon asking for his help, and Domon heads off in Burning Gundam before he can make it to space, however. Wait, let me start that one over. Dr. Mikamura sends a distress beacon to Domon asking for his help, and Domon takes off in Burning Gundam. Before he can make it to space, however, Wong comes back, revived by DG cells and piloting Walter Gundam. Wong manages to destroy the mobile carrier, but is easily and unceremoniously dispatched when Funsaki comes to Domon's aid. And that is the end of the episode.
Fuck buddy, sure is.
Yeah, Wong, a character so nice we killed him twice.
They killed the fuck out of him.
He got, I think the most unceremonious, most final death is to be killed by a horse.
Well, okay, so I have at least, let me actually count. I want to do, take a shot for every time I have this note. Let's see here. 1, 2, okay, just 3. Three notes that are, what can't this horse do?
Nothing. This horse could do fucking everything. This is the most talented horse in the world.
This
one of the only horses I respect.
This horse is Jewish and he sits Shiva.
This horse should run for president.
Quite literally, he sits
Honestly?
next to Master Gundam and sits Shiva.
Wonderful horse. Delightful horse.
Yeah, speaking of the horse sitting Shiva, this episode starts with a Viking funeral for Master Gundam.
They burn that fucking Gundam, and it is they must be using special fire because it is corroding away quite rapidly here. Yeah, exactly. They borrowed it from Zeus Gundam.
Fuck off.
It's so sad. Even Funsaki's crying.
Master Asia from heaven says, "Congratulations, Domon. You're the champion of the Gundam fight."
Omerito, and then everyone claps.
Yeah, and the show ends. Thank you all for tuning in. And then Stalker kind of comes in over. This is story's not over though. One more fight, a fight that will involve the whole universe. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Well, also before that, Domon looks up and on one of the mountains nearby, he sees Funsaki. Funsaki's just fucking freaking out, and he's like, "It's okay, Funsaki. It's okay to cry," which. Normally, under normal circumstances, I would be like, don't talk to the horse like that. Horses do not feel sorrow in their hearts. They're hateful and malicious animals. But Funsaki, I believe, does feel
Funsaki absolutely feel. This horse is in mourning. This horse, I'm telling you, is sitting Shiva.
This is the only horse that's allowed to have emotions.
Mm-hmm.
After the sort of Stalker intro, we see everyone is selling to the victory.
In the Stalker intro, he says something funny.
What does he say?
At the end of it, he says, "It would appear that I'm supposed to continue belting out my lines at this time." He's just like, why am I still here?
Hey, he's
like,
getting paid.
The story is ending. Why do I still have to explain this shit? Master Age is dead.
Something similar in the sub, but it's not like that. He's like, well, that was the last fight. For real. Wink!
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for every opening to a Final Fantasy game since 2000.
Yay! It's a big victory
Yay.
ceremony. So everyone's on the boat. They're chilling on Han's boat, going to the victory ceremony. They're a little bit sad, but they're refreshed. Like, all the Shuffle Alliance boys are a little bummed out that they weren't able to beat Domon, but they're still happy that their boyfriend won. So it's a win overall. Literally,
George tips his head back and is like, yeah, but it's kind of refreshing, don't you think? And everyone's like, yeah, you homo, it is refreshing.
Argo's like, I'm sure my friends will understand that they still have to be in fucking prison.
That was the funniest one, actually. I mean, no one actually had as good a reason of fighting in the Gundam fight as Argo did. And he was like, I'm sure my friends will understand why they will be in jail for the rest of their lives.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. We get a cut to Mikamura. He's successfully taken the last of the DG cells out of Allenby. Rain isn't really happy about this or anything else right now. She's super, super brooding and all up in her head. And this is when the fucking military enters the operating room. This is probably normal.
Yeah. They're here for Dr. Mikamura.
Have you never gone to the hospital? That's just what happens.
It's just normal.
That's just what nurses
normal.
dress
It's what
like
happens.
now.
Yeah, they're the nurses, exactly.
That's called a nurse practitioner. That's what they look like.
That's my doctor. We cut back over to the victory parade. We're going through the streets of Hong Kong. The God Gundam's on display. Domon is just kind of chilling. He's not happy, though. He's still thinking about...
He's upset.
Master Asia's words are, like, haunting him.
He's experiencing botherations.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking about, the whole thing where Master's like, hey, this whole thing's just a game and a farce. It's just, like, a substitution
Master Asia
for
said
something
war is bad, wow, cool robot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about it. Karato shows up here, and he's like, hey, Domon, congratulations. He's so happy. He's like, thanks for winning it all for Japan. Like I said, we're dropping all the charges against your father. And Domon is just like, doesn't give a shit. He's fucking pissed.
Domon starts stuffing breadsticks into his purse, and he's like, gotta go.
Gotta go, dude.
Yeah.
He just jumps off his Gundam.
And Kurato's like, no, wait, this is a terrible time for you to have an existential crisis.
Yeah. And he looks over and he sees the fucking Neo-Japan battle fleet floating in the air, and he's like, oh, that's probably fine.
Oh yeah, Daddy Big Dick just landed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's Alube, and he's like, hey, watch me be very normal for the next 20 minutes.
He looks so fucking normal right now. Oh my
he's so
god.
normal.
Yeah, he is just like, yes, I'm evil. Can you tell? I bet you didn't guess until now.
Remember how, like, a couple episodes, or last episode of Welco Robot, but like a couple episodes of G Gundam ago, I was talking about how Stalker has this like evil caricature of Alube, like in the background while he recaps everything. That's just what Alube looks like now.
Yeah, that's just his normal now.
Hasn't looked like this the entire series, but now he's like, ha ha ha, I'm a caricature of myself.
Yeah, he puts on his military hat and like turns the lights down and like steeples his fingers, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, he looks fucking very evil right now.
I'm tired of being nice. I just want to go ape shit.
He's going ape shit.
He was like, hey, listen, I'm a huge fan of Long and Master Asia's work. What if I made it mine?
It's free real estate.
He is at this point quite literally mask off.
Yeah.
Well,
almost.
No, he's still got the mask on.
I mean,
it's a metaphor, you see.
Right. You put the never mind.
Why do they call it Alube when you mask
he doesn't take the mask
off?
He doesn't take the mask off for another 2 episodes. Come on now, get it right.
Great. I mean, I was gonna go straight to them taking Devil Gundam. So if you have anything before that,
yeah, there's a little cutaway. Domon like runs to the hospital to look for Rain. He runs by the wreckage of the Rising and Walter Gundam. He's like, "What the fuck happened here?"
Damn.
Touches the ground. Something evil happened here.
There's a Wong-shaped hole in the ground. He
Damn,
meets up
what's
with Alan B.
Wong's over there doing the Yamcha pose.
Yeah, with the Wong crater.
Not quite as Wong shaped as you would have thought.
Yeah, he meets
no
Alan
Wong
B.
there.
He meets Alan B in the hospital, who's like really fucked up, in bad shape. He asks her where Rain is, and she's like, "She'll never see you again." And it's like, okay,
Oops.
can
Wait,
someone
what?
tell me what the fuck's happening?
Huh? What? What did you just say,
Nani?
Alan B? So yeah, Ulube, the warships toss down a bunch of like spikes that cast out a big beam net around the Dark Gundam. They are taking it under
Yeah, so
Ulube's
they're just
orders
like-
because
Mine now.
They're just like,
Yeah.
so we're gonna head out with this, and like everyone's watching it, and they're just letting this happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
is this
mean,
how-
how
how-
does-
They're like, that's fine.
pretty
It was
chill
Neo
with it.
Japan's to begin with. They're allowed to take
Yeah.
it. It's like, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
John Cena
Fuck
voice.
it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Rain and Mikamura are like with the fleet by now. We're traveling there.
Yeah, Dr. Mikamura says that they're taking it because it's too dangerous. And also, just also we're gonna do research on it for military purposes.
Yeah, he just straight up says, "Yeah, we're gonna do the thing again. Sorry, we're gonna make Devil 2."
Well, yeah, we're gonna do the thing that Kyoji like got into it and crashed it into Earth because of. We're just gonna do it this time, and now Kyoji's not here to stop us.
We were a big fan of his work when he fucking beefed it and knocked the Devil Gundam so hard it turned evil.
Yeah, we're gonna do that on purpose now.
And like,
yeah.
yeah, Rain is going with all this because she says to her father she's going for herself, and she basically can't really face Domon again since like her father is kind of at fault for all this. So the realistic reason is just to fuck off.
I don't like this. I fucking
No,
hate
this doesn't make any sense.
And also, like, Dr. Mikamura responds to this by going, like, don't worry, Rain. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure Devil Gundam is destroyed.
Oh, yeah, how? How are you going to do that?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Like, you probably, there's no way you don't have an
You shitty
inkling that
bitch.
Ulube's just, like, really wants to fuck everything up with this, and you're about to turn yourself in for your crimes, so, like, even in the best scenario, you're in jail at the end of this. Anyways, yeah, Rain's just like, yeah, my father's crimes are also my crimes, because I'm his daughter. And because he did bad things to Domon's family, that means I did too, so I can't face Domon anymore. I never want to see him again.
Makes sense.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm so mad.
Hey.
I'm so fucking
Tip,
mad.
I'm so fucking mad.
Are the heterosexuals okay?
Not right now.
Yeah.
Domon is at the docks watching all this happen back in like actual Hong Kong City. There's a bunch of guards. And
You
he's
know,
like,
you know that your dad put you on this, like, you had nothing to do with this plan, and in fact, you were put in danger because of this plan.
you were put
like,
up to
this is,
God.
you
makes
have
no
been,
sense.
like, you are a victim in this scenario as well. This is not, oh my god, whatever, fuck it, I don't.
We have to make some plot device. Like, have her be fucking kidnapped. It's not that hard to fix this. Regardless. Domon's at the docks. He's watching the fleet pick up the Devil Gundam. Huh?
No, just like the transition.
Yeah. And the Shuffle Lions are all here. And Domon basically just like eventually breaks down in tears saying that he needs Rain. Oh, this is so sad. It must be really awkward being one of his 4 boyfriends and then having him cry because he's missing his girlfriend now.
Okay, I have a lot of comments about this in these episodes. Trust and believe I do. But I do want to point out to everyone that it's raining. Do you get it?
Oh, it's a metaphor. I understand.
It shouldn't be raining though, because Rain's leaving.
Right. So
whoa.
yeah. So all the guys were just like, "Hey, so are you gonna let our collective girlfriend just leave?" Okay.
Domon's like, I need
There's
Rain.
There's a point later in the episode where Chibity's like, hey, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna date Rain.
Listen, I got
Dumbass.
4 weeks weed smoking girlfriends. I am ready to make that 5 at any moment.
Yeah.
6 if you count George.
Yeah, right?
I don't think George smokes weed.
Yeah.
He only
I get
drinks
it.
Does once he
champagne.
marries Chippity in the last episode.
True. just like the secondhand high is enough. We get it cut over. Ilube's like reading Wong's report about the Devil Gundam, and this
Very
is fucking...
good. You found Wong's Dark Gundam homework. Ooh.
In order to be the most adequate life core for the Devil Gundam, you gotta be able to pop out a babby.
Well, we don't find that out quite yet. Right now, he just is a healthy human with the power of life.
And then he looks at Rain, and he does thinking face.
Yeah. I mean, I think the implication is pretty clear here at this point. That with his, like, pointed glance at Rain, he's like, ooh, woman.
He looks and thinks, mommy. Ah.
No!
A fifth mommier GF.
Wow, we found it. The mommiest GF possible.
But yeah, he looks at Rain and he does thinking face. We get a cutaway to again the wreckage of Rising and Walter Gundam. Somebody rises up.
Who could it possibly be?
Who could it possibly be?
About
Somebody in a brown suit with long hair.
Piercing eyes.
Anyways,
and a full pack of Pocky.
yeah.
Covered in chocolate crumbs. The Shuffle Alliance is all hanging out again. They're really sad about Rain, they're sad about Domon, and they know that, like, eventually they're gonna have to go back to their own countries, because people are, like, people are starting to leave now. The fight's over, right?
Yeah.
Hoi and Min show up, and they give Domon, they're like, hey, we found this. It's Rain's brainwave tiara.
Why did she have that? That was, like, Dr. Mikamura's.
I know. Domon doesn't care, though. He just tossed it in the ocean.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck you.
This.
It hurts.
Women are complicated.
Oh, no.
I'm
Emotional
sick of this.
attachment. Everything reminds me of her.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make things more difficult for Rain by going after her.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Fucking ugh.
Stupid.
Back in space. By the way, they're in space now. Mikamura talks to Ulube, and he's like, he basically says he wants to resign.
Man.
He wants to resign, and Ulube's like, I'm not gonna let you do that, homie.
Are you thought you could come here and be like, after I abducted the Dark Gundam, and be like, oh, I'm going to do the right thing, Mr. Ulube. I'm going to turn myself in, and you along with me. You really thought I'd let you do that?
I'm gonna need at least 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, we don't have anyone to fill in your position as head science boy.
Yeah, Dr. Mikamura tried to text Ulube like, hey, I'm quitting, man. You're not going to see me again.
Yeah,
Ulube
texts Mikamura. It's like, we're really busy right now, and Mikamura's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And Ulube's like, yeah, we could really use someone to come in, show up, and Mikamura's like, damn, hope someone does. Yeah.
Yeah, he's... Anyway, so, again, Ulube, who just, like, doesn't give a shit anymore, he's like, yeah, that'd really be a bummer for my plans, especially since I figured out what you need for the pilot for, like, the life core or whatever of the Devil Gundam, and Mikamura was like, alright, I'm gonna quit, but I'm intrigued. He's like, yeah, you need Baby Maker. And, like, they, like, look just at each other, and then Dr. Mikamura's like, Rain!
Oh, fuck!
Fuck, Rain, get the fuck out of here, Rain,
yeah.
No!
And, like, Ulube's like, did you know that your daughter is just looking so submissive and breedable today?
No! Heinous.
That's why I'm here.
Back on Earth, Domon's, like, hanging out with Allenby. She asks why he isn't going after her. And she's like, she's your most important person. Why aren't you going after her at all? He still is, like, refusing and doesn't really get it. And then he gets, I put it in quotations, a new type flash, but eventually, like, he senses that Rain is in trouble right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he hears her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hears her distantly crying out, Domon!
Domon! And we cut to her crying out as Ulube has shot Mikamura by this point.
Yes.
He's, like, shot in the arm.
Is it the arm, or is it, like, through his torso?
I think it's a fatal...
Like, yeah, it's, like, the right side of the chest.
It's, like, not immediately fatal, but I'm pretty sure there is some damaged organ that would kill him eventually.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say now, this is not what kills him.
This is not what kills him, but...
Well, yeah, but he would have died
given
anyways.
Yeah, so I think it, like, is, like, through... It kind of, like, gets through his torso. Again, non-fatally immediately, at least.
Yeah.
But I think it probably
It's a direct hit.
Yeah. I will say that Dr. Mikamura shows an impressive will to live over the course of this episode. He would definitely survive a saw trap.
God.
Ulube is just fully picked up Rain and is taking her up the elevator to feed her to the Dark Gundam.
Yeah, the metal sketty starts grabbing her. This is not good. Scoob.
Don't like to see it.
Back on Earth, Walter has reawakened. This is probably...
I wonder who did that.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
fucking worry about it.
The whole Shuffle Alliance arrives back at Han's boat because they've all found this transmission.
Well, specifically Nastasha. has found this transmission and communicated it to everyone else because I love Nastasha.
She is like
she's always on the
far
ball.
and away. Yeah, she's far and away the most important
in this
I
show.
know. She's like the most important side character outside of the Shuffle Alliance, I think.
I mean, I don't consider the Shuffle Alliance side characters. I consider them main characters, but she is definitely like, she's so cool. Nastasha,
no, yeah, that's what I mean.
Free, I know it's Thursday right now, but if you are free on Thursday when I am also free,
please, Nastasha, please.
So yeah, there was this transmission. It's from Dr. Mikamura. He's sending out a broadcast for help to specifically Domon. You know, just kind of laying out, hey, Ilube is like being evil. He's evil now. He's resurrecting the Dark Gundam. You got to do something, dude. And he's also Dr. Mikamura is on the run from Ilube. Mm-hmm. The transmission gets cut off because he has to climb into a vent to get away.
Yeah, he's on the slow crawl. I wouldn't say he's running anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
He's moving away from Ilube at a
pretty
slow
spry
pace.
for like a 70-year-old man with a bullet in his chest.
Like I said, he would survive a saw trap.
Yeah.
This man managed to like pull himself into a vent with a semi-fatal gunshot wound.
Yeah, like a vent that's above his head.
And he's like
this isn't a vent on the ground.
He's like 500 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dr. Wily fucking can get it. Domon is still refusing to do anything about this, though, even though he knows Rain.
I fucking hate this guy.
Rain's captured by Ilube and the Devil Gundam. Domon's like, I don't feel like it. And all the Shuffle Boys are like trying to convince him to go after Rain, even though she specifically told him not to do that. Sai breaks down, is like pounding on his chest in tears, like begging him. Why are you risking everything for her?
Why do you need a reason to see someone you love? And like, aren't you the one that's pushing Rain away in doing this?
Yeah. And Han has fished up the tiara by now, and he's like, Domon, it's a man's destiny to risk it all for their special woman.
So there's a really good line here where, like, when Domon's like, yeah, all right, this is something I need to do. And he turns to the rest of the Shuffle Alliance. And I have, like, two interpretations of this. One is, like, the actual realistic one, and one is the, like, haha, I'm gay one. And I'm going to do the haha, I'm gay one first, because it's not the actual interpretation of this.
Sure.
And basically what Domon says is, I understand why I did all of this. It was because of you all and because of the woman I love, Rain. Yeah. So he puts the two of that, like the rest of the Shuffle Alliance and Rain in the same category, which I think is like really, really interesting. I mean, what he says is like my friendship with you, but like to have that be like, I did this because of my love for all of you, which is equal to my love for Rain, which is like the most powerful force in the universe we see in these next episodes.
Yeah.
I think it is very telling for me. In my not delusional interpretation of it, it's the same thing, but what I actually really like about it is the idea that romantic love is not the only force of love in the universe.
Yes,
The bonds of love in terms of friends and found family especially are just as powerful as romantic love. But like, I like both interpretations personally.
Both can be true. It's nice. I like him finally realizing, oh shit, I gotta fucking do something about all this.
Yeah, he takes off in Burning Gundam and he says he'll grasp a bright future for both of them.
Yeah, as he flies off, we get the wonderful line where Han is like, you're no longer a Wanderbug.
You're as large as life itself.
Oh, it's so choice. He calls like the weird sort of flower carrier that he first came to Earth in, because Gundam can't just go into space. He needs something to carry it there.
We get the sexiest transformation sequence in a long time.
Oh, Domon loves this. He's happy. He's calm. He's letting that latex snap all over him.
It is like back to the original transformations we saw. It's the full thing. You see him snapping into the latex, and you just see he's like so chill about it. It's an extremely sexy sequence, both in terms of like physical looks and also just like objective aesthetic.
Yeah, it is so good to look at. And speaking of good to look at, Walter's here, and who else is piloting it but one Wong Yun-Fat. So
Gundams, as a heads up, I don't think I realized this until these episodes, can't breach the atmosphere on their own. So
yes.
So Domon calls his flower transport to help breach the atmosphere, and Wong's like, no, fuck Fuck you.
Fuck no.
Stay on Earth. Stay on Earth and die like a bitch.
Yeah, so Wong's in the cockpit. He's being, like, suspended by the DG cell cables in here. And we get the most important bit of animation in this entire 49-episode run of this show. The DG wires form around his face and form his glasses.
Gee.
Say the
wonderful.
word, Bart!
What, just genius. Mwah.
Everything. Okay, so that is, like, the best part of this animation, but literally everything about Wong's, like, interaction with DG cells here is so good. There's a point he has this, like, jacket that he's been wearing over his shoulders this entire time, and it transforms into devil wings.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it, like, breaks out from his back and transforms into devil wings. It's so sick.
Oh.
It's so choice. Wong, he's now Wong the Great. The Devil Gundam belongs to him. He's, like, super megalomaniacal right now. He, like, destroys the flower carrier that Domon's riding right now.
I love this shot of Wong, like, he's holding both of Domon's arms, and he's just got his foot planted on Domon's chest.
Yeah!
He destroys the carrier, and is going to just take off into space, I guess on his own. But Domon gets a vision of Master Asia again. There's going to be a lot of these.
Yeah.
And Funsaki shows up.
What can't this horse do?
What can't this horse do?
We get the full, like, Funsaki, because, you know, Funsaki first shows up as, like, a sort of a hoverlander kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's, like, folded up at, like, a pretzel. We get Funsaki's transformation sequence as well, because, again, this is the most important part of the show. And then, as Domon rides Funsaki and begins to deal a finishing blow to Wong, Domon says the most metal thing I've heard in my entire fucking life.
He says, anyone who tries to thwart another's love shall hear galloping hooves and cries for revenge.
Oh, Argo, you want to know what he says in the sub?
Yeah, sure, do it.
Anyone who tries to thwart another's love shall be sent to hell by the hooves of this horse.
Ooh, okay.
Domon says, Wong, you and Fat, I'm gonna fucking kill you with a horse.
I'll fucking kill you. Yeah, he uses erupting burning finger on Wong's head. It doesn't even bother to finish him that way, because then Funsaki just turns around and kicks his fucking head off.
Wong got his head kicked off by a robot horse. Hello?
That's the end of it. That's all. You don't even get Wong going, no, and exploding.
He's done.
It's just like the head is kicked off the Walter Gundam and he's dead.
He's done. Bye-bye, Wong. And then Domon rides Funsaki into space, because I guess a horse can escape the atmosphere, but a Gundam can't.
Well, yeah, Funsaki has extra strong boosters and legs with which to go into space.
It's horsepower.
He's
got more horsepower.
You. I'm so mad at you.
As if that's not the canon answer.
I'm so mad at you. Give me the next episode summary anyway.
Yeah, okay. Fuck you. I'm kicking you off my show.
I'm kicking you off my show. Finish it first, though.
Too late. Episode 47. Devil Colony activated. Attack of the Shuffle Alliance. Ulube now has the Devil Gundam at its full power and declares war, ordering an immediate evacuation of the Neo-Japan space colony. The Devil Gundam then absorbs the entire Neo-Japan colony to become the Devil Gundam colony. With help from Nastasha, Domon and the members of the Shuffle Alliance join together in a space to fight off the Devil Gundam colony. As the fight continues, without the Shuffle Alliance gaining any ground, Dr. Mikamuro reveals that the Devil Colony only has one weakness: you must hit it from the inside. He then sacrifices himself to free Domon's father, Dr. Kashu, whose capsule is then recovered by the Neo-Russian ship. Using his Bakunetsu God Finger, Domon creates an opening in the Devil Gundam colony, and the Shuffle Alliance enters.
Domon busting through.
Domon busted through.
So...
Oh god, this is so good.
Yeah, so the episode opens with Ulube basically saying, "War is good. Wow, cool robot."
Yeah, well, before that, Stalker does give the intro and he says, "This story refuses to end." You're damn right, buddy.
It refuses to let us flip to the last page of the final chapter. It's stuck. Somebody glued the pages together. Damn it. Yeah, Ulube just arrives on Neo Japan and is like, "Hey, we're the rulers of the universe forever now, and I'm declaring war on everyone."
War is good. He kills his own bridge. He just, like, fires on them at all. Devil Gundam says... Devil Gundam looks at the entire colony in New Japan and says, "It's free real estate." and does its nasty thing.
Yeah, Ulube, now that
Dark
like
Gundam,
Wong,
come get your land!
now that like Wong is out of the picture, Ulube has now taken up the mantle of I'm gonna live forever.
And he's like he's not quite as stylish.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not quite as stylish as Wong, but like he's still equally batshit.
Yeah, I mean more honestly. He's like
Man.
I love treason and fraud.
Yeah, I'm a criminal and I make it look good.
Doing war crimes.
He has this. I can't remember what he's saying at this point, but he has this like moment where he brushes his hand through his hair and flips it over his shoulder. It's like, I love you, you nasty bitch.
He's voguing a bit. He's kind of bad with it.
Yeah, we'll get to how bad he is later.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
His first order is new ruler of the universe. The abolition of the Gundam fight. We don't need it anymore. I'm gonna do it.
Why didn't anyone think of this?
Why
Don't
didn't
worry
anybody
about
think of
it.
this?
Don't worry about it. Neo Japan's gonna rule everything forever. It's fine.
Yeah, you just don't have to worry about all this Gundam fight nonsense. You don't have to worry about ruining the surface of the earth with all the fights. We'll take care of it. We're the boss now. We're the
Isn't
dad.
it a relief to not have to worry about any of this anymore? Aren't you grateful?
Yeah. Honestly, you should be thanking me.
Thanking me, Major Alube.
Major Alube, I brought peace to the world because we don't have to fight anymore. You're all welcome.
And then immediately all of the colonies break their ceasefire agreement and start firing on Neo Japan.
Specifically, okay, the first one to do it is America.
No.
Neo, this just in on the news broadcast that everybody's watching back on Earth. Neo America has taken the first step by detaching their Manhattan combat area to stage an attack.
Audrey, how does it feel?
Well, I'm in Queens, baby. Outer boroughs. We don't have to worry about that shit. If Manhattan wants to do that, Manhattan can do that. I'm Gucci.
And they fire their ultimate weapon, the Statue of Liberty cannon.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's like so much that's going on here as a New Yorker. First of all, the fact that like New York is a fifth of the American colony.
Yeah, it's a fifth of America in real life, baby.
Chunk.
And that the Manhattan combat zone is half of that fifth.
Uh-huh.
So...
honestly, you know what? Audrey, you're right. That's unrealistic. Way more of America would be devoted to combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, also that. But also, like,
I mean,
I'm
that's just the
I'm
detachable part. At least, well, that's one of them. Maybe the other points detach.
As a New Yorker, I do love the concept that America is just New York. Very much. It does bring like a little happy smile to my face. But yeah,
how does it feel being the head honcho?
Right. I mean, listen, we have some questions that I saw for Sunday, and I'm like, this is just what the reality is in G Gundam.
Yeah, it's normal.
Me. But yeah, Manhattan combat area with its star weapon, the Statue of Liberty cannon.
Chibbity watches this happen and he just says, Jesus!
Jesus!
I don't remember what he says in the dub because he doesn't say Jesus.
No.
So we do get to see that the guy who actually fires the Statue of Liberty cannon is just Douglas MacArthur. He fires the thing at Neo Japan and nothing happens. It's just completely absorbed by the barrier.
Yeah.
And then
Neo Japan, Ulube says, I'm rubber, you're glue. What you fire at me bounces off me and blows you up.
Yeah, and fucking a tenth
the
of
Neo
America
Japan
is
colony,
dead.
which at this point has big evil red eyes on it because of the Dark Gundam.
Right.
Fires a laser back and demolishes all of Manhattan.
So I didn't realize we were in a Marvel movie since New York is getting obliterated.
Damn.
Yeah, we're all in big Hulkbusters. Hell yeah. We do get a bit of fun body horror here because back in the Devil Colony, he's like, rise, Devil Gundam, and the Devil Gundam like forms out of the colony and rises up, and Rain gets turned into metal. Very, very sad. It's not like the sort of hexagonal DG metal. It's like
Just
she looks like she's
smooth.
like she looks like the T2000 or whatever the fuck the liquid one
you
was.
know that episode of SpongeBob where he spray paints everything chrome?
Everything's chrome in the future.
Yeah, that's Rain.
Century.
Also, she's naked.
Also,
She got metal bodong honkaloos.
She sure do, and they reflect.
Ooh. Yeah, very, very sad. Rain is now
So I have
Turbo
this
Rain.
new concept for an anime, right? It's like the same as every other anime, but there's this girl, and she has huge metal badonkalongs.
Go on. You've already reached your funding goal.
Yeah.
Ulube is attacking with a double colony. Like, it's this gigantic, like, really, really sick-looking, like, Devil Gundam junk heap. It looks like a Mega Man X Sigma form at the end of one of those games. It looks really, really rad.
Okay.
Um,
Not to cross over my interest too much here, but this
God
is
forbid.
this is literally a Metro Titan from Transformers.
you know?
I'm
This
not
is
aware
from
of
Fucking
that.
much,
Metroplexes.
I thought you were just gonna say like Unicron or something.
Oh, I have a Unicron reference later on because it does turn into Unicron. But before it turns into Unicron,
Wonderful.
it is
Yeah.
the World Eater.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's Unicron.
Yeah.
It first starts off as a Metro Titan, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is a transformer that transforms into entire city.
Yeah, it is consumed like the entire Neo Japan colony and has used it to form itself.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Very, very
also,
sick.
this thing was in the first opening.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first OP.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. That huge ominous shadow you see in the background, it's fine. It's normal. Don't worry. Domo's pissed as hell because Ulube, like, taunts him by showing him the freaky Geigus womb core that Rain is into now. We get a little shot of Mikamura, who's still, bleeding out. He takes, like, a little he takes a little subway shuttle somewhere within the Devil Colony.
I do want to say, I noticed Mark Gotha's Canadian accent slipping when he goes through the list of people that have died. He says, my dad, my mom, both Kyojis.
Oh, both of my Kyojis, eh?
Yeah, he does very clearly say my mom. I think he does it in a couple episodes,
And
too.
what about it?
What a booted it, Ulube.
Oh,
God.
wonderful. Thank you, Mark Gotha.
Thank you, Margotha.
Great performance in all these episodes.
Love that guy. Back on Earth, everyone is like heading home, crisis mode. We're like, hey, we should probably leave Earth right now. Things aren't going to look so good. They don't really realize that they're helpless against the Devil Gundam, though, that all the Shuffle Alliance knows that.
But, like, they do realize, like, we can't leave Earth. Because
We
just
can't leave
Gundams.
Earth. And then fucking Nastasha,
My wife.
last name,
Nastasha.
says, how do we... Oh, you
The
can't
realest
leave
one
Earth.
in the whole goddamn show.
Nastasha KGB, the most competent character in this entire series.
Yeah, my notes here just say, Nastasha, you wild bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we can't go to space? Well, look behind you, and rising out of the ocean behind them is, I forget the name of the ship, but it's the prison ship that Argo's crew is
Yeah.
on, and they're all hanging out on the side.
They're
They're
chill,
free-
it's
Argo-
fine.
It's called the Gorby 2.
Yeah, the Gorby too. They're there. They're free.
Mr. Gorby
and not only that-
release the prisoners.
Mr. Gorby-chan. Not only that, though,
Gorby-
Nastasha breaks Argo's handcuffs and the bomb, like, snaps off and she steps on it and crushes it. What?
You're free to
Girl
go.
boss!
You can
Yeah.
fight without restraint now. And
She's like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna peg you later.
Yeah,
Argo's
God.
like, hey, unauthorized freeing of prisoners, that's kind of a big crime, don't you know? And she says, if it's a problem, I think I'll have to seriously consider becoming a pirate and joining you.
Like I said,
God, I
I'm gonna
love her
tap
so
that ass.
much.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah, buddy, you defeat that Devil Gundam, and we are getting down tonight. Domon continues to fight Ulube, and Ulube's like thinking back, and by fighting Ulube, I mean like Ulube's kind of just like with his hands controlling the Devil colony
Yeah,
as
Domon's
Domon's like dinking
like-
against it.
Demon's like, Ulube, please don't fuck the Devil Gundam, and Ulube's like, too late!
Buddy, I won't let you
I
fuck
have
it.
dreamed of fucking the Devil Gundam for every night of my life since I first saw it. Like, literally, he has a flashback to when Kyoji left with the Dark Gundam, and he's like, yes, that day when I first saw
so
it, when we locked eyes, it promised me that it would come back for me, that we would meet again.
Yeah, exactly. So Ulube has, like, several flashbacks here. That's the first one. But, like, Demon's like, why are you doing this? And he's like, I used to be a Gundam fighter. And then I made it all the way to the finals. And
They
then
called me the Genius Fighter.
they called me the Genius Fighter. And then I was defeated by Master Asia. And it's like, yeah, dude, it happens. Ulube's the kind of guy who would lose an Overwatch match and then call you a slur over Xbox Live.
Yeah, fucking. It's just so funny that like his it's not like really the big. I guess it is the big reveal of why he's doing this. He's like, he got mad that he lost, and he's like, oh shit, you have to be strong to rule the universe. Guess I'll be evil now. It's like, is that really all it took, bro?
I'm a libertarian. I got mugged by reality, and now I know that
he's
only the
a
strong
libertarian.
can.
I've listened to Joe Rogan so much. This is all I know how to do now.
Yeah, Domon, you gotta help me, man.
Hey, Domon, have you ever taken DMT?
Jesus Christ. Ulube's taunting Domon. Domon gets grabbed by like all the sketty. That's just what I'm calling the devil colony, blah blah. The noodles. They're noodles. They're wires. He's like, the only school... I didn't get this line. He says something about like how the only school I ever lost to in battle was the undefeated of the East. And he's like, oh, isn't it funny? Isn't it ironic that you've lost because of your own father and because of the love you hold for Rain? He's just taunting him.
I think in the dub, he's like, oh, I only lost in battle to the undefeated of the East, and now his own pupil who defeated him is going to die by my hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's probably what it was.
Again, so I'm watching the fan subs, which are not actually the fan subs. They're just the dub lines put into the sub. So that's the version I got as well, which is like, isn't it ironic that the only person I lost to... No, thank you, Alanis. It was the undefeated of the East, and now I'm going to defeat his pupil, the only person to ever defeat him.
That makes me the undefeated of the East by proxy.
Mm-hmm.
Domon's like calling out to Rain as he gets crushed. He's thinking it back on all the time with her, thinking it back on when they're in Guyana around the campfire, and she asks him what he's going to do when the fight's all over. And Rain's like, are we going to go our separate ways? Do we need to be together in the end?
No, yeah, we won't really have any reason to be together anymore after the Gundam fight. And Domon's about to be like, hey, that's, we've been together this long. There's no tummy alert. Oh, Mr. Tummy Man. It's Mr. Bellyman. It's Dr. Bellyman. There he is.
There he is.
Anyways, yeah, Domon's about to be like...
I wasn't trying to interrupt.
No, I mean, I'm the one that decided to sidetrack myself by talking about the cat. What was I saying? Domon's about to be like, oh, yeah, I think that we can, still be together. But when he looks back up, Rain's gone. She's disappeared from his memory. And yeah, he just like flashes to her like in the spaghetti with the metal all over her.
Yeah.
It's
fine though. He's about to die now. Bye-bye, Domon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's about to die anyways. And then the Shuffle Alliance shows up. Yay!
In the prison ship, Gorbachev 2 shows up, blasting through. The Shuffle Alliance is finally reunited. Nastasha's like, these 5 nations have all joined together for a common goal. And then she says, I mean,
when the Fire
my
Nation
catchphrase
attacks.
this episode... Yeah, my catchphrase for this episode is the sickest shit I've ever seen, because she says the sickest line in the entire world. Ring the bell, Domon Kashu.
Let the match begin!
He yells, Gundam fight, ready, go. Holy shit. It's this triumphant battle theme as the boys are just, like, going absolutely apeshit on all these Gundam heads.
It's cool, and then that lasts for about 30 seconds, and then it's like, well, we've done nothing. We've made no progress, and we can't even get close to this thing.
But
It's like a Hydra.
I do like, again, this is just me being the multi-shipper that I am, where they're all like, we are here to help collect our collective girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, rescue our collective girlfriend.
Our girlfriend-in-law.
Right.
We cut to Mikamura, who radios them. He's like, hey, you have to... cough, 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 blood, blood, blood. You have to defeat it from the inside. And we get one of the funniest fucking shots as they show him getting into the... So he makes it to the chamber where Dr. Kashu, his, like, cryo cell is, right?
Hey, we warned you about the stairs, bro.
They don't cut away. They show he is animated falling down an entire fucking flight of stairs without cutting away at all.
I forgot about that.
He fucking beefs it so
told you,
hard.
dog.
This is so
Was I-
embarrassing,
Was I
dude.
looking away when this happened? I definitely would have written down that we get to see this old man fall down the stairs.
We warned you about the stairs. We told you, dog. It keeps happening.
It keeps happening. Like, it's so funny. He's gonna die 2 or 3 different ways by now. And insult to injury, he just fucking beefs it one last time. Oh god, it's so fucking funny.
He's in the chamber where Dr. Kashu is, and he's like, there's only one way to get in. You need to get in. There's only one way to hurt the Dark Gundam. You need to actually, like, get it within it and hurt it from the inside. To help you do that, I'm going to release your father. And just as one last request, he kind of begs them to save Rain. And he says, like, he takes responsibility for everything.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, he's like,
hey.
this is his final atonement. He knows it's not going to change anything, but, like, his last good deed.
He's like, hey, y'all ever see Total Recall?
Check this shit out. Boom!
Boom!
Rapid decompression.
I do like this last speech he has to Dr. Kashu, where he says,
nice.
what are you thinking of me from inside this cryo tube?
Old friend.
Old friend. Like, are you laughing at me for being such a fool?
Do you think Kashu and Mikamura fucked? I think they did.
You think they ever explored each other's bodies?
Yeah, I think in college, definitely.
For sure.
Or, and then he says, as it turns out, I still couldn't win against you from the start to the very end. And at this point he's crying, and then he fucking smashes the eject button and launches himself and Dr. Kashu into space.
Mm-hmm.
We don't actually see Dr. Mikamura go into space, but right as the glass breaks, we see him burst up into the air.
Yeah, he's fucking done.
Kind of do. So we don't see him like go into space, but he like blasts up into the air, and then like you see the reflection of him in all of the broken glass of the room. So he like splinters into all of this broken glass, and you just see his like body floating up in all of this broken glass and like kaleidoscope. It's a really cool shot, actually.
Yeah, I just saw his glasses get spaced, so I didn't see the reflection. That's cool.
That's a bummer.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
Dr. Kashu has been ejected into space. He's gonna get picked up by Nastasha, and in the meantime, Domon's gonna dig away in, and he says, "This hand of mine."
Dun, dun. Let's go, girls.
This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to rescue Rain.
Yeah, Domon busting through.
This is so sexy.
Yeah,
this
and then he just uses erupting burning finger like on the side of the colony.
Just fucking slap side of Devil Colony. This baby can fit 5 boys in it.
Erupting burning shovel.
Patting the side of this hole.
Yeah, that's episode.
Yep.
Continuing on, Mobile Fighter G Gundam episode 48. Earth's SOS, Rescue Gundam Federation. Nastasha and crew recover Dr. Kashu's capsule while the Shuffle Alliance fly through the Devil Colony in search of the core. They are trapped by Ulube as the Devil Colony shoots countless mechanical routes to Earth to suck in as much energy from the planet as possible. Then, Allenby and Kiral show up, leading the newly formed World Gundam Federation, as every single mobile fighter and armor from every single Neo Space Colony teams up to fight the Devil Colony. As the battle rages on, Dr. Kashu awakens and tells Domon he needs to shut down the colony generator. When the Alliance makes it to the generator, they are met by a battle-ready Ulube atop the Grand Master Gundam, an amalgamation of the 4 Heavenly Kings. After a fierce battle, the Shuffle Alliance teams up for one final attack which kills Ulube, but the Devil Gundam is not yet stopped. Domon then flies off in search of the only way to stop the colony, Rain Mikamura, the life unit of the Devil Gundam. Hey, this show's good.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's go, girls.
This episode starts
2000.
Times 2. Fucking Butler Benso Man to the rescue.
Yeah, Butler Benso Man to the rescue. He fucking picks up Dr. Kashu. I love it. I love that we get one last
the most important mobile fighter in the entire series.
We haven't seen this guy since the Guyana Highlands. And
he's definitely not fucking airtight. This thing should not be allowed into space.
Yeah, this thing is fucking leaking. Like, fucking, what's his name, has to just hold his breath while he's piloting.
Raymond's wearing like a fucking like diving outfit inside it or something.
I mean, listen, Raymond is a Gundam fighter from a distant age. In general, he uses a stick shift. And he
uses an analog Gundam. I don't know what the fuck that even means.
His trace suit is a diving suit. An old-timey diving suit. So, yeah.
My boy, I say. The Shuffle Alliance are flying through the Devil Colony. Ulube traps them by a bunch of balls.
It's fantastic voyage time, dude. They're just in its veins, in its arteries.
Chibity's like, I'm gonna punch this ball, and George is like, no, don't. And Chibity's like, too late.
Don't punch the ball.
How about I do anyway? And they're all like electrified and frozen in this like electro net.
And Ulube's watching.
Come on, man, you couldn't have guessed.
Ulube's watching them all like paralyzed in this electric net. He's like, oh, good, nature is healing.
Yeah.
These idiots. I knew they would punch the balls. Idiots.
That's why I thought you were going to do, you stupid horse.
They punch the balls, and now it's time for the dick. Because the Devil Colony shoots like this giant, like, in my notes, it is called a giant robo-dick, but like, you got to admit, the shot of it as it breaks the clouds over an Earth City, it looks like more phallic than most things I've seen.
It's pretty flaccid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to continue this metaphor. I'm going to say something fucking weird.
You started it.
Yeah,
As it reaches the cloud cover over Earth, this tentacle like reaches out a bunch of like little tentacles that go out all over the place, and then it like summons this red lightning and just fucking demolishes everything.
So this
yeah,
is
people fucking die.
This is the
you see
Unicron
people, like,
deal.
melt.
This is the Unicron deal. This is the
yeah.
World Eater deal. This is the Transformers Unicron deal.
He's just getting a little snack. Give him a break.
It's unclear how huge a swath of the Earth this is, because we see a big part of it is like turned red, but like I don't know if that's really indicative of how much it's eating right now.
In general, the like scale in these episodes is pretty wonky.
Yeah.
It's really pretty hard to tell how big anything is in these episodes, because it's like, that looks like a planet-sized thing that you're doing there. But then it's like...
Yeah. It's like country size, that explosion.
Right,
that you
or
see
like half
when it
country
zooms
size.
out.
Right, yeah. So anyway, like scale, they've kind of given up on the idea of scale.
It's like Gurren Lagann rules. It's just the cooler it is, the bigger it is.
Right. I mean, it's big, it's bad, it's coming.
Yeah.
Like, believe
It's
me.
coming. It's... Oh, boy.
But in terms of how actually specific big it is, it's...
Who can possibly say?
Yeah.
It's just big, large, McHuge. The girls in Karuto are all like trying to wake up Dr. Kashu. They're not really able to do that yet, because it's taken some time. And before all hope is lost, you know, the Shuffle Alliance are all getting zapped by balls. The Earth is getting slurped up by this big old, like, electro root. Nobel hula hoop time.
Nobel hula hoop! It's Allenby's here.
Allenby's here, and sharing the stage with her is a serial killer. And we're all supposed to be happy about it.
He's not a serial killer.
Is here.
He's not a serial killer. He's an assassin. Please respect
Oh,
his...
right. I'm sorry. He's just a mass murderer.
I'm not a crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin.
He has an account on Only Stabs.
Okay, all right. Pretty good.
Please respect his profession.
I respect him, and I respect everyone else here, because
I
every
do
single
love
Gundam
Mandala
fighter...
Gundam.
Yeah,
I do
Mandala
love to see
Gundam is
him
pretty
again.
sexy in these episodes.
Yeah.
Ulube's back on Xbox Live, announcing to everyone in the universe, "Come at me, bro."
And they say, okay.
Yeah, and they say
Yeah, okay.
and then they do.
So,
Yeah, sure.
okay.
Post your address, Alube.
my address is Devil Colony, space.
So-
that's it. You know where to find me.
So Sweden's like, hey, what if we made, like, a lot of tiny little pods that could break the atmosphere, and then everyone rode them like koalas?
What if we already did that?
This is fucking insane. Like, okay, yeah, we're seeing every Gundam fighter, but we also see Gundam.
We also see Gundam. There is a long list of cameos. Do you want to list out what they are, Max?
Okay.
I'll say them as they show up, but first...
Can I just highlight two of them before you go into them?
Yeah.
All right, the two that, like, are most important to me are Sphinx Gundam, which fucking rules.
It's just big fucking... It's a big old meow meow.
No, this isn't even a cameo. These are just good.
Sphinx...
But yeah,
Sphinx
this is
Gundam,
this isn't one that was launched into space. This is...
This is one of the
go
ones
ahead.
where, like,
Sorry.
Neo Egypt's like, hey, we recreated a Sphinx, and also it's a Gundam. Hey, we're launching Sphinx Gundam. Cool. It rules. It
so
fucking
sick.
rules.
We don't even see it do anything. It just
Sphinx
transforms
Gundam
and
is
it's
so-
gone.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool.
I wish. Oh my
It's
god.
just-
Our rankings for the Gundams in Sunday's wrap up episode is going to be so banana.
I don't think Sphinx Gundam
like-
is even on there.
Sphinx Gundam's not on it because it doesn't do anything, but like it's one of those conditionals. If it was on the list, it'd be at the top tier.
It should be. And then the other one is Neo Netherlands' entire army of windmills.
Yeah, Neo Holland.
They have a fucking
Yes,
Joe's
this is-
Crab Shack Gundam fleet.
They're just like,
that's
go
Neo
windmills
didn't-
1
yeah.
through 40. It's like, yeah, all right, go off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you said
Yeah.
Denmark, Netherlands.
Yeah, Neo Holland. First off, we see Neo Holland. It is just like a massive, like, grassy plain with two giant tulips on it.
Yeah, it's just a big old boulder.
I mean, what else would it be?
And then, yes, they launched Hurricane Gundams Mark 2 through 40 from this thing.
So choice.
And then
It is very funny
the
just
mothership
watching
of Neo.
these. Again, you have to understand that, like, the Hurricane Gundams just, again, look like windmills, so it's just a bunch of windmills blasting off. It's really funny.
Yes. It's extremely funny. And then we get the mothership of Neo Denmark, Josephina. It's a whale Gundam. It's got a head crest, a V-fin. And they launch all their prototype Gundams, and it's just a whole plethora of marine life. We've got crabs, octopuses, fish, sharks, all sorts of shit just coming out of this whale's mouth.
And they're
to
all
attack the Dark
delicious.
Gundam.
It's a fucking like weaponized Dirty Dick's Crab Shack. It's insane.
Dick's last resort.
Devil's last resort. And then, yeah, importantly for me, when we see the little rockets launching, we do see RX-78-2, Grandpa Gundam, the original Gundam, the capital G Gundam launching, which is like, hey,
in there.
This shouldn't happen. Wrong timeline, dude. You took a wrong turn somewhere.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, I will say, not the last cameo from a different fucking Gundam timeline we'll see in these episodes.
I love not knowing anything about other Gundams going into the series, except for Wing, which is after this. So fuck you.
Yeah, this is the point where, I'm pointing to the name of the show, Wow Cool Robot. I love it.
Wow Cool Robots.
And yeah, Wow Cool Robots. Again, a mass murder is leading the charge here. It's the World Gundam Federation. Everyone has set aside their common enemy to dunk on Ulube and his big shitty junk heap.
Yeah, they have set nationality aside.
Yeah, Uli doesn't really care though. He's like, oh. All right, whatever, dude. I still have the Shuffle Boys trapped. And Domon gives a rousing speech. They show Ulube their power and just kind of flex and break free of the cage somehow.
There's a really good shot here of everyone within their Gundams. And that's not really what I want to say. Of everyone surrounded by their Gundams.
Yeah, so, their Gundams is like their Gundams are their clothes, right?
Yeah,
now,
exactly. And so everyone shows up. I mean, my favorite is George because his hair looks very stupid coming out of
yes.
the Gundam head, the Rose Gundam head. But it's like all of them. We've seen this before, where in transformation sequences, you see the pilot sort of surrounded by the machinery of the Gundam head and torso, and that's what we get for the entire Shuffle Alliance, and it's pretty sexy, I'm not gonna lie.
I love this shot. It's so good.
It looks good.
Yeah. And Nastasha radios them.
Destroyed a bunch of the tentacles. The Dark Gundam kind of cries out in pain as well.
Yeah. Nastasha's like, oh, it seems like it's crying out in pain.
And then who shows up?
At this point, Kashu is awakened.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, hey, Dr. Kashu, we thought you were dead.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
That's Dad, not Dad. No, that's good.
I just killed my dad 2 episodes ago, but now he's back. Yay!
Yay, 2 dads. Yeah. My 2 dads squared.
And Kashu, so Dr. Kashu's like, yeah, listen, not even Devil Gundam is invincible. Even it has a weakness. Check this shit.
I would know. And he tells him he has to shut down the calling generator, and he's like, wait, Domo, you've grown up. It's a really tender moment. I like it.
Yeah, you've truly grown up, Domo.
And Domo's like, yeah, cool, can we have this conversation later?
Yeah,
I'm a little busy, Dad.
Not the time.
So he goes off. Ulube's like...
Ulube
like, all right.
Gets slurped up by the Dark Gundam floor.
He no-clips as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I guess I'm ready to join the fight now.
Yeah, Ulube's like, thank God I've kept myself... Oh, go, Ergo.
I love how fleshy the Dark Colony is.
Yeah. No, I have another note here, which is just in general the biotechnological shit that happens in these episodes is really well done.
It's really good. They did a very good job of combining organic and mechanical design here.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Ulube gets slurped, and he's like, good thing I kept myself in prime condition.
Yeah, it's time for a Gundam fight match, just like the old days.
And then he yanks his shirt off, and it's literally, I heard Ulube was ripped. I heard Ulube had an 8-pack.
I heard he's got an 8-pack.
This guy is fucking chiseled.
Yeah, it's like Master Asia and Domo, they're martial artists. They're ripped, but they're pretty toned and slim. But
yeah,
he's just a shit brick house.
He's fucking Beef Master General right now.
He's a bodybuilder.
He's a brick house.
Yeah, he's fucking yoked. He summons the Grand Master Gundam, and you can already tell by the silhouette that it's just we just shoved all the 4 Heavenly Kings together, and it looks like fucking dog shit.
I hate this thing so fucking much.
It's called a kit bash. Yeah, this thing sucks dog dick. I hate this.
I hate this fucking thing. It's so stupid.
I hate this fucking thing.
So we get a brief cut before we get into the actual fight with Grandmaster Gundam. We'll get there. We get a cut over to Kurado, who is watching all of this and is like, oh, thank God the citizens are safe. That's all I care about, is to making sure that the Neo Japan citizens are safe. And Domon messages him and is like, oh, well, you care about citizens' safety. Like, maybe you will make a great prime minister, actually. And Corrado, like, weirdly blushes.
It's this really nice moment, like, because Corrado, like, he's always been this, like, kind of bumbling but well-meaning guy. Like, he gets really in a huff about a lot of things,
it's always
but, like,
been
he's
like
never
Corrado's
bad.
like the like he's the like stupid authority figure, and then Alube is running.
He's the
the
patsy.
good, competent one.
Yeah.
He's the patsy.
But now it's like Corrado has been like somewhat well-meaning. You know, he does actually care for the people that he has authority
It is his
over.
top priority, making sure that the citizens of Neo Japan is safe. And, like, Domon recognizes
It's very
this, and
strange
he's like,
finding this out at the very last
Yeah.
second, like getting this this bit of character development.
But Domon's like, all
Nice,
right,
though.
like, not bad, dude, actually.
Yeah, it's this cute little scene.
And it's like, but it's also like, stop flirting with the prime minister. We have a job to do.
Yeah. The next scene, though, is
Oh, fuck.
the only scene in media.
Hey!
This is the only scene in
Hey,
media.
have you heard of himbos? Because we got himbos out the ass for you.
So
First of all-
fortunately for our boys, there's an elevator big enough to accommodate 5 Gundams standing shoulder to shoulder.
It is scaled as such that this section of scaffolding and, like, maintenance tunnels and elevators are built as if the Gundams were human sized for it. It's 440. I'm sorry, it's 144 to 1 scale. It's so fucking funny that, like, all these Gundams take an elevator as if they were just guys.
Just hanging out in the elevator.
Yeah, it's just like little. It's playing Muzak over this scene. Sai is like a little fraidy cat. He's really afraid right now. This is like the reality is kind of setting in what they're doing right now.
You can hear a heartbeat in here.
Yeah.
So Domon's like, all right, well, we're all in this elevator, but y'all should go back down. He's like, I'm the one responsible for this. Like, this is all my fault. Like, you guys don't need to fulfill any obligation. I will take care of this myself. And Chimney, bless his heart, is like, buddy, we're not doing this out of obligation. We're doing this because we're all fucking himbos.
He says, we just enjoy having a rowdy time.
Yeah.
That's word for word what he said.
Yeah.
We just want to be rowdy boys.
He's literally
We
like,
just
we're
like being
here
rowdy
because
boys.
we're himbos. We're here because
Yeah,
we're
all of
himbos.
none of them even entertain the thought of leaving for even a second. They're all just like, no, fuck you. We like fighting. We like fighting with you, and it gives us a rush, and we like having a rowdy time.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we don't even care about our Shuffle Alliance, like, allegiances. Like, the crest is one thing, how we feel is another, and we're going to fight with you.
And
It's really good.
And Domon's like, oh, you guys, you stupid idiots, I love you.
It's so, and like he's like, you guys are nuts, and Chibity's like, yeah, we're nuts. We're completely nuts, and they all just like cackle together.
It's literally
You don't have to be crazy to be a member of the Shuffle Alliance, but it helps.
It's that photo of that woman with a bag of chips on her head, and the caption, she's so crazy, I love her.
Yeah, they're so crazy. I love them. This is so funny. The elevator ride ends.
And we get Grandmaster Gundam.
Yeah, they make it to where Lube is. Lube is like, Domon, if you're the prince coming to save the princess, I guess I'm the evil sorcerer who's in your way.
Fuck this guy.
He gets in this fucking loser machine.
The loser machine is also the power generator.
100 Gex voice
naturally.
loser machine.
It's just, this thing sucks. It's the body of Grand Gundam's body,
Listen.
Master Gundam's the head, and like either hand is the Heaven Sword and Walter.
It's got some wings and then Walter Gundam on a tentacle just sticking out.
Listen, folks, I hated Grand Gundam when it was just on its own as Grand Gundam. I fucking hate Grandmaster Gundam. This thing fucking sucks. I hate to
This
look
thing
at
is
it.
dog shit. I hate it. I fucking hate this thing. So does Chibity.
Right off the dog.
Yeah, Chibity uses Machine Gun Punch. Lube just reflects it,
Okay,
crushes
well,
him.
No. You need to say how he reflects it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. First of all, they all get there, and Chibity immediately, because of course he does. Of course Chibity does.
I'm gonna punch
And
it.
Chibity's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get rid of it in like one punch, and everyone's like, no, don't. And then
The fuck you are.
And then Chibity gets his ass wrecked. You want to say how, Argyle?
Yeah, Ulube just flexes his abs and deflects the bursting machine gun punch effortlessly.
And then, Grandmaster Gundam, like, crushes him. And of course, who comes to his rescue immediately but his new husband, George.
Yeah, George. It's so they can it's so they can reuse the footage from the Grand Gundam fight where Chibity gets squished, and then we get the zoom in on his face, and then Rose Gundam gets impaled by the horns.
It's so funny.
This is where, like, the techno... In my opinion, this is where, like, the techno-organic shit gets actually really cool. I'm not a fan of Grandmaster Gundam, but the shit that happens in this fight is actually really cool to look at. Sai Shi and Argo also are just like, no, we'll save you, and they also get wrecked by, like, Walter.
Yeah, Sai's bit by Walter, and Argo's, like, grabbed by the talons of Heaven's Sword. Whatever.
And then, it, like, from Grandmaster Gundam's back bursts again these devil wings, which is just like curve over this entire colony of Neo Japan.
This is so sick.
It's like big and huge and scary and beautiful. I really like it.
The wings really like they really launch it above and beyond. Like, this thing is real fucking cool.
Yeah.
Domon uses a full power Sekiya Tenkyoken. I didn't know that he wasn't doing full power before.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, he wasn't.
It doesn't do anything.
Fine.
It does fuck
the
all.
The only difference now is that he has to crouch a little bit first.
That's how you center yourself. You lower your center of gravity, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything, and then Alube just smiles and says, "Hey, it's my turn." Just fucking... this is when the Dark Gundam grows wings. He just fires a ball at Domon and is like, "Hey, this is the ultimate stage of evolution. You really think you can beat it?"
Yeah.
Like, it's the ultimate life unit. Look at it. It's beautiful. Come on.
This is the ultimate life orb, not Shadow the Hedgehog.
And the reason it grows these wings is so that it can just descend to Earth itself and consume the whole thing.
Yummy meatball.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ulube has, like, fully been taken over by DG cells. It's not Ulube.
Mm-hmm. Nope, just a Devil Gundam in human form.
Yeah, it is literally just the Devil Gundam who has possessed this human body, but Ulube's gone. Ulube's dead. Ulube's been dead. Don't worry about it.
Ulube Ishikawa can't come to the phone right now.
Why?
He wasn't kidding about being the evil sorcerer, because he grows like fangs and...
Yeah, he turns into a little...
He looks like a vampire.
A little goblin man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has, like, silver skin because, like, he's covered in GG cells. Like, he looks kind of fucking freaky.
Yeah, he's like a scaly... Like, they just look like scales now, and he's grown big fangs, and he's glowing purple and shit.
But hey, you know what's cool? The power of love.
Aww. So as Domon's getting fucked up by Ulube, the whole Shuffle Alliance is telling him, hey, don't give up. And he kind of, like, centers himself, and he even starts to see Master Asia saying, this is not your limit. And he then starts to see Schwartz and Kyoji, too. He's like, hey, stand up, dude. Rescue Ray and end this. And he sees his mommy.
Does everyone here have this Shining Finger speech written out?
Yes, I do. But
I don't.
All right, Argyle, can you and I do it together when we get to it?
I just want to talk about
of course.
A little bit more about this scene. This is just Master, like, just kind of motivating Domon, like, hey, don't let all of our deaths be meaningless. Like, you don't let the planet die to this thing. Like, you gotta get up and fight it. So yeah, Domon gets up. He goes hyper mode. He does say a nice little speech. This is not the attack. He says, Masters taught me that our great homeland, our precious planet Earth, is the highest form of life.
Our Mother Earth.
It's like a Dr. Bronner's label. We need to be kind and generous to our spaceship Earth.
Not quite as verbose.
All one or none, baby. All one or none. And yes, everyone breaks free and joins up in hyper mode. And
it is very cool. Again, so because all of the Shuffle lines got caught early on in this scene, it is actually very cool of them just being like, just kidding, we're good.
Yeah, we have hyper mode still.
Don't worry about it. And then they say, you ready, Argyle?
Yes.
Okay. Our spirits
it's
are
our flame.
If we feel the fire, there is nothing we cannot defeat.
And now this hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory. Erupting Shuffle Alliance attack.
Oh, it fucking whips.
And
I love the
they
delivery on
fucking
this.
kill his ass.
Oh, Olube is gone.
I will say, though, Alube spends his last moments alive being an absolute dick.
Yeah, he really does.
His last thoughts as he, like, turns into dust are like, you'll never see rain again. Bye.
Nobody
Crumble,
can
crumble.
hear him, but as he's
Just says
like
it to himself.
falling apart, he's just like, "Fuck you! You're never gonna find the love of your life, idiot."
Oh god, yeah.
Fuck you, fuck you,
When
fuck
they-
you.
Fuck you. When they kill him, the Devil Gundam powers off, and the Devil Colony
See you in
shut
hell,
down.
you piece of shit.
But then, of course, it powers right back up, and Dr. Kashi's like, "Oh shit! The only way to destroy this
Oh,
is to stop the
sisters.
life unit." Uh-oh, sisters, that's Rain.
Oh no, you gotta kill Rain, dude.
Domon predictably is
You
like,
either skate
"No."
or you die.
So the episode ends with Domon flying off to find Rain, and Lube, taunting him as he crumbles into dust.
I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Dark Gundam.
All right.
This is episode 49.
God Gundam's Great Triumph.
A hopeful future.
Ready, go! The destruction of Grandmaster Gundam and the colony generator do nothing to slow down the Dark Gundam's attacks on Earth.
The Devil Gundam colony begins extending towards Earth, taking over most of it.
Domon's able to make one last push into the heart of the Dark Gundam where it reveals its final form.
The Devil Gundam seemingly taunts Domon by showing him Rain's body inside the core, metallic and unmoving.
She has shut her heart to him, unable to face him with the weight of her father's crimes burdening her.
Not able to bring himself to hurt Rain, Domon is helpless until he gets a transmission from Allenby telling him how to win.
All he needs to do to save Rain is to tell her that he loves her.
Domon admits his love for Rain, which allows her to break free of the Devil Gundam's control.
Promising each other to be together forever, they launch the final attack on the Dark Gundam, the erupting
Burning
Fingers.
Sekiya
Love
Tenkyoken. As the Dark Gundam explodes, all the members of the Shuffle Alliance make it out, as well as Domon and Rain.
With the Earth now saved, Domon and Rain return to the planet with their friends and begin a new life together.
See you at the 14th Gundam fight.
Another great
Let's
idea
fucking go.
from me.
Yes, thank you, Audrey, for
As
whose idea
always,
this
thank you.
was. Thank you, Audrey, for my life. Hey, this show fucking slams ass.
Imagine not liking G Gundam.
Not possible.
Imagine it.
Not possible. God, this is so fucking good. Stalker introduces this last fight. For the final
The
time,
time has finally come to say goodbye to all of you. I no longer have anything left to explain, so you can see for yourself what happens. Yes, this is the final Gundam fight match.
and then everyone says ready, go together. It's very nice.
Yeah, ready, go!
That
go.
is not like the last time that we will hear everyone saying "Ready, go"
Oh, no,
together
it's
in this
not.
episode, which is like it makes me really happy.
It ends on like the perfect note.
Yeah.
So yeah, Domon's flying off, and he's like, "I'll be there," and that like echoes, "I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there." And we see Rain like stir, like as the sort of metallic shell of herself, which is like, "Oh, what could this mean? Curious."
The Grandmaster Gundam, like the generator itself, has just already started regenerating. Their attack really did nothing to slow it down. It just blasts the whole the Shuffle Alliance, and they really can't do anything to stop it.
But everyone who's like in the cruise is doing their part to distract the Devil Gundam from Domon, who's like inside the core now. So
I love everyone like at their fucking
Yeah.
battle stations. Kain and Zuisen.
yeah, so everyone is in the Russian ship, and Nastasha's like, "All right, earn your keep," and everyone like pops in, and like specifically Kirun and Zaysun pop into two of them, and Marie Louise and Raymond pop into the
Yeah.
other two stations, and it's like, "All right, Miss Marie Louise, go off."
Yeah, she's
we
just
get
like
fucking-
after what she did in the last set of episodes, she's like, "Fuck yeah, I want to kill someone."
yeah,
I wanna
I've
shoot
got
a
the taste for
gun.
blood.
You know, yeah, no, he can do whatever. He's a horse with his own sentient opinions. He can do what he wants. I want to steal.
Yeah. Pretty much. We get Zuisen Beam and Kaiyun Laser as they fire.
Yes, I
These
love
fucking
Zeus Beam and
goofballs.
Kane Laser. Just like, yes, we're firing the guns. Let's say stupid things when we do it.
Oh, this non-violence thing sucks, actually.
Raymond and Marie Louise are the exact same.
Yeah, it's so funny. And of course, the Gundam heads are fighting them all, and the Gundam head even starts to sprout like Death Army little tendrils at the end, which is like, oh, I haven't seen these fuckers in a while.
Yeah.
Allenby and Kirall save the day here. Kirall does this really sick mandala attack.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
cool. Wait, we need to talk about the mandala circle because it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen, actually.
Mandala Circle is fucking sick, yeah.
So, Kirall, who's here, and he's like, hey, I've killed so many people, I'm gonna kill you too. He says, he's like, here's my attack, mandala circle. Guess what? It's just all of my friends attacking you at once. It fucking rules.
It's my friend's circle. Get fucked.
Yeah, it's like 8 other Gundams gather around him, and then they all circle around the tentacle, just like landing blow after blow on it, and explode the whole thing. That's great.
At this point, we see another cameo. We see Gundam GP01 Full Burner from Gundam 0083. Which is it's cool. It's a more basic looking
I know
Gundam
these
than the other
things.
ones, but
I'm very proficient.
damn, Max, you sure are saying things
I'm
right
very
now.
proficient in Gundam lore outside of G Gundam and Wing.
Yes, we know this and we love
Yeah.
you.
Huh?
Things are pretty bad though. Devil Gundam is like still just going full powered Earth, going full suck mode, digging its roots everywhere.
We do see it like send a tentacle down to like New York City, like
great.
the one on the planet Earth, and they're rebuilding the Statue of Liberty.
They sure fucking are.
It's covered in scaffolding. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, Men in Black 2 just happened. We gotta rebuild this
Fuck.
shit again. God damn.
Damn it! Right when we were rebuilding it, after Domon destroyed the one half of it that we did have, the fucking Devil Gundam comes to destroy the rat.
We gotta put a fucking no Gundam
Do be
parking
like
sign
that
under this
sometimes.
thing. It do. Everyone's getting fucked up by the
Yeah.
Devil Colony right now.
Yeah,
we get
Kirall
another
gets
shot.
exploded. He does not get.
Yeah.
he's not dead, as we find out later. It seems like he
He's
is. though.
fine.
It just,
But he's
yeah,
dead.
you just think he is. Yeah, we see Wing Gundam in one of these shots too.
Yeah, this is the first time Wing Gundam appeared on screen.
The first of exactly because Wing would come out the year after G Gundam. What the hell? It's
Yep.
really I love it.
Hero?
Domon's
Hero?
like-
Hero?
Hero Yui, my friend. Domon, I think at this point has been like crushed as he like has been flying through the Devil Colony. He's just like surrounded by wires and cables, just like giving him a big old squishy.
Yeah, he's he's in a sensory deprivations chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And the only way to-
he's getting a big squeeze, a big hug, but he breaks out of it with hyper mode, an erupting burning finger, and breaks into the central chamber.
So
Yeah. And once again, Rain is like, Rain picks up on this too. Very nice.
this here with him in the core and like specifically the image of Rain blocking herself out with wires. And, like, every time Domon approaches her, just, like, this wall of wires appearing before her is the image of G Gundam that has stayed with me for 20 years.
It's powerful.
It is, like, the one image I remember from when I was, like, 10 years old watching this. And it sucks, kinda.
Yeah. It's like she's closed off from him in a fucking very, very, in both a metaphorical and a literal physical way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just gotta
The
communicate,
show isn't
guys.
subtle, folks.
No, it really is not.
Listen, if you want it subtle, you probably shouldn't be watching Gundam.
Yeah, you're listening to the
No.
wrong podcast. Well, I mean, maybe other Gundam series, but not this one.
Yeah, not this one. So yeah, Domon's in like the sort of like main central chamber of the Devil Colony. It's this weird, it's like almost Geiger-esque. The weird like wet, wavy
speaker.
architecture everywhere. And we just hear a
Goes to a
heartbeat.
gym, ask if it's creepy or wet.
He
It's
goes to
wet.
the Devil Colony. Go to the Devil Colony. Ask Lube if it's creepy or wet. He doesn't understand what I mean. I show him a diagram. He says, "Haha, no, Domon, it's not creepy or wet."
It's a
Go to
good,
the
it's a
Devil
good
Colony. It's
Gundam,
wet.
Domon.
It's creepy and wet.
It's wet.
It's wet. And speaking of wet, the Devil Gundam like slurps out of the wall here. I don't know what other way to describe
No
it.
slurping.
Yeah,
It
the
kind of
final
like-
form of the Dark Gundam.
This thing, do we like it?
It's like something being like molded, you know? It
It
So-
3D prints itself.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
basically.
fine with it. I'm just thinking, like, oh, baby, you need a scratching post.
Yeah, you're understimulated.
Yeah, so it pops off these, like, big claws on its back, and I'm like, I could clip those for you. You want some
Yeah,
tuna
you need a-
You want some tuna gogurt while I clip those for you?
Yeah, I can buff those down, homie.
Don't worry about it.
It's just like flying around. We get a really silly shot. So it's technically in mobile armor mode when we first see it, where its legs kind of fold up to form like another head that it rests upon, and like it looks like a Looney Tunes chase sequence
It is
almost.
the,
where,
like, Gurren Lagann style of mecha.
Yeah, it's a face on a face.
Yeah.
But, like, its whole lower body is unmoving. It's, like, just plastered on the frame as its head kind of shunts back and forth, shooting at Domon. But, like, it's just really funny the way it, like, everything else in the frame is not moving. Just the background, it looks like Looney Tunes almost.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It's silly, but yeah. Yeah, it's fucking Domon up. And he's about to use Godfinger at it, but right before he hits, he senses Rain inside, and he holds back, and he just gets, like, completely swatted down by this thing.
Yeah. This is when the Dark Gundam's chest, like, opens up. It just like, splits right open, very fleshly, to reveal Rain.
Yeah, it's kind of wet.
It's kind of wet.
It's very wet.
It's creepy and wet.
It's creepy. Yeah, it's like showing Rain on a bed of spaghetti. This is so sad.
Please dust my wets.
Betty spaghetti.
Yeah, and it's like, it's in mobile suit mode right now. The legs have, like, unfolded, and it's, like, standing up. I think it was kind of sick, honestly.
I like it
I
when
don't
it's
hate
standing
it.
up.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, when it doesn't have the weird...
It's better than Grandmaster Gundam.
Oh god, everything is better than Grandmaster
yeah, that bar's
Gundam.
underground.
Yellow bar.
The bar is on the ground.
Yeah, the bar is back on Earth. Dr. Kashi radios Domon by now, and he tells him, he basically is like, Rain is the power source of the Devil Gundam.
It's like themes. It's
Rain's
a
got
metaphor.
the touch.
Domon.
Rain's got the power.
Wrong robot franchise, Autry.
I mean, you knew what you were getting into with me.
Yeah.
Is the Dark Gundam is like how he puts it.
Yeah. It uses human emotion and mental processes as its energy. That's, like, fucked up, dude.
It's like the strongest thing that Rain is feeling right now is the guilt over her father's, like, crimes and her desire to be away from Domon because of those. That manifests as the Dark Gundam getting, like, stronger and stronger as Domon gets closer to where Rain is at the core.
Damn. What the hell, man?
So, like, basically, the final enemy that Domon has to overcome is Rain.
Do you get it?
Which he is not going to do. Let's be very real
No, he
here.
This is not.
He just, like, gives up here.
He's like, nah, that's not gonna happen, bruh.
Well, fuck. I've got nothing. I can't do anything.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fuck.
He's like kind of in his own head right now. And then Allenby shows up.
Yeah, thank
as a
God
little
for
fairy.
literal fairy god sister Allenby here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, like, flutters in. She's like, don't give up, Domon. You just gotta
She
open
is
the door to Rain's
presumably
heart.
actually radioing him, but she also does appear as a fairy in
Yes.
his vision,
Yep.
his mind palace.
Yep, in his mind palace, right. Just like in the opening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she tells him, he's like, all you have to do is really open the way to Rain's heart, and it's really easy to do it. All you have to do is just tell her that you love her.
Okay, so this advice comes from...
Have you ever said that?
Yeah,
to me?
really. So this advice comes from Allenby first, which is like, all right, like, I understand what you're getting to with that. And then literally the rest of the shuffle lines is like, yeah, just say I love you. Say four men who love each other and have never said it.
Yeah, well, they communicate with their fists, you see.
Yes.
Yeah, they've said it a million times with their face. It's easy.
I think even George says, it's easy. Just say it.
Yeah, it's easy. All you gotta do, you just gotta say it.
And Allenby says, you have to do it, Domon. Je t'aime. Allenby says, you have to do it, Domon, because if you don't, I won't be able to fall in love with anyone other than
Weird.
you. Which is, yeah, weird.
Don't
It's
make
emotional.
it weird, Allenby.
Yeah, it's like, you did not need to say this right now. It's, by the way, I still love you.
She
Goodbye.
does have...
And she flutters away as a fairy.
She does have a great line here. So, I've been taking Japanese lessons.
Ooh.
And... so like the Devil Gundam's like, hey, guess what? I'm still here. Stop being emotional. I'm going to kill you. And she turns around and she says, Urasawa ne, which gets translated as like, stop being such a pest. But the actual like direct translation of it is like, why don't you just shut up?
It's...
Yeah, and then she
at
like
this point-
destroys all the heads that are coming for them.
Mm-hmm. And then now at this point we're back in Domon's just standing, like the God Gundam's just standing up against the Devil Gundam. Devil Gundam's firing at it, but Domon just gets out and somehow the attacks stop as he does this. He's just standing on top of the chest.
Yeah, he like screams out Rain's name and everything stops. Like she's listening. She's the attack. She's just listening to what he has to say.
Hey.
Yeah, and he is like in hyper mode as he says all
Hey,
this to her.
everyone.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure the answer is love.
The answer's
I
love.
think it's love. Did
Love
either of
wins.
you guys write down the whole thing he
No,
says here?
I did not.
God, no. This is like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I was too enthralled by it to write anything down. I have
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah,
huge
also,
gap in my
yeah,
notes.
same.
Yeah,
Same.
The TLDR is like, he's like, you don't need to answer me, just listen to me, just hear me out. He does tell her he leads with saying, "Hey, your father's dead, by the way."
And she
Your father's
cries.
dead. He took responsibility for all of the crimes.
But-
Like, those
Yeah.
were his last words.
But we cut
But-
over to Rain, and she, again, her Full Metal form, she starts crying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Rain. And
But
he tells her,
he
he's
says
like,
that, like, even as he absolved himself of those crimes and, like, took full responsibility of them and took it off of your shoulders, he's like, it doesn't matter. Like, you were never responsible for any of this. I didn't care about that.
Yeah.
You really thought that you were, like,
That I would
part of the
judge you
reason
for
that
that.
I was, that I would judge you for something your father did.
Yeah.
Not really, like, admonishing her, but just, like,
yeah, it's like, I would never judge you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be
he's-
fair, he's judged her for some pretty fucked up shit in the past.
Yeah, he hasn't been great to
Listen,
her.
he's 20.
Yeah,
20.
he's baby. But he's like, what was this past year all about? Like, we haven't even figured any of that stuff out. I fought with everything I had, and we were just used. But I only won because you were by my side. My victory is your victory too. We're sharing it. It wouldn't make sense for us to split apart here. And like as he says this in his head, he's like circling around.
Yeah,
like,
he's like
the
wrapping
metal
himself
rain and
around.
holding her, and it's tender.
Gold Domons and Silver Rain. I like it.
I love Pokemon too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, remember what I wanted to say that morning after the finals when all this is
Yeah,
over?
like I'm a guy who's not very good at like just speaking his emotions, just saying what he feels. I usually communicate with my fists. The whole thing we've been talking about for the last 20 episodes.
It seems, do you get it?
But there was that one thing that I wanted to say to you that I mentioned the day before the finals, and he says it. He says the thing. He says, "I love you, Rain.
I love you.
I want you.
So he
I
says,
love you. I want to be with you."
he says, I love you, I want you. And it's interesting the order of those in the Japanese, because you would think, coming from English, that love is more than want.
Yeah.
But what he actually says is Hoshinda. I took like particular note of the Japanese here. So he says Tsukida Hoshinda. And Tsukida means like, which is usually also translated to like love. But it's not the same as like Aishitaru, which was like, I'm in love with you. So first he says Tsukida, I like you. Again, which still does have romantic implications. And then Hoshinda, which means I want you in like a very pure way. It means like you are what I wish for.
Yeah, like you're my desire.
Right. But like I feel like want and desire have like very physical connotations associated with them there, which like Hoshinda, which does not have in Japanese. It's like this, you are what I wish to have.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So like so like even more than I like you, it's like you are the person I want to be with. That is what basically Hoshinda means here. Which I thought was
that's what he says in the dub. He says, "I want to be with you."
Yeah.
I love you. I want to be with you. Like he never wants to be apart. Yeah. And this is when Rain's like metal shell shatters.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, all the space.
It's good.
This is when like the slow version of the Chinese
it's reaching.
Moe
swells.
Moegare Toshi.
And,
Da-da!
like Rain. God, it's so fucking good.
Da-da!
Rain breaks free, like the metal shatters off of her.
Da-da!
She's like Domon, and like fucking launches
Da-da!
out of the
Completely
Devil
naked,
Gundam.
by the way.
Oh yeah, she's nude as hell.
She's nude as hell, which luckily Domon has his cape on hand.
They make a full couture, high fashion gown out of his cape immediately.
Yeah.
So he like takes his cape off and launches into the air too, and like grabs it, and like
they're spinning around. I
it's
love
beautiful.
this shot. Yeah, they're spinning around. Domon's bandana is like 3 times as long for this shot as well.
Yeah, dude. It's like they say we'll remain together forever.
Yeah.
Devil Gundam like activates and just like reaches his arm out and is like, and then I've said this again, but this is the final time. This is the sickest thing I've seen in my entire fucking life.
Yeah, they land on top of like on the chest of Burning Gundam, and they say, hey, let's finish this off. They say the thing. They say
these hands of ours are burning red. Their loud cries tell us to grasp happiness. Erupting burning finger. Sekiha love Tenkyoken.
And the fucking manifestation of the King of Hearts crest.
Holy shit, this is good.
Comes blasting out, screaming.
Just arms crossed, pissed as hell. And he pierces a heart-shaped hole through the Devil Gundam.
Yeah, no, like, we see the King of Hearts burst out. We see it close it on the Dark Gundam. We see a shot from the side of, like, the twinkles going piercing straight through the thing. And then we get another shot of Domon and Rain together. They just, like, looking at each other. Say, like, hey, let's go now. It's over. And then it zooms out from Burning Gundam doing the pose with its hands out. It zooms right through the Dark Gundam where the attack left a heart-shaped hole in it.
And also, when they fire the Sekiha Love Tenkyoken, you see, right before it hits the Devil Gundam, you see the Devil Gundam, like, reflexively put its arms up to guard. Like, it's afraid as they shoot this final attack at it. It knows it's beat.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked. And, like, the head of the Devil Colony, like rears back and like belches light, and like the entire colony just like this call of light erupts.
I do also want to say, as they're saying like the erupting burning finger, they're like dancing as well. Like
it's so
they strike
they like put their hands together when they do it. Yeah. And like Rain's basically Domon's cape is now a flamenco dress for Rain. Honestly,
literally, like he was like blood orange. It's fucking red.
It's fucking red. And like everyone flies out of the colony, and the Shuffle Lines in unison say "Domon Kashu," and in what remains, just like the severed skeletal head of the Devil Colony.
So he comes out. Here's the thing. I think this is, maybe I'm mistaken again, but I think this is a direct reference to Gone with the Wind. Where Domon comes out with Rain in his arms in this red dress. I'm pretty sure that's a direct reference to Gone with the Wind.
I believe it.
I mean, I can share.
Like, he's just standing there atop Fun Psyche. Yeah. See if you can find a screen, because I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Holy shit! But like, he's looking sick as hell. He's holding Rain on a horse. He's like Fun Psyche. And we do get a shot of he's like flying around on Fun Psyche. And, like, the roots are dissolving into life, all the roots reaching Earth. And just all that remains of the Devil Gundam is, like, its freaky-ass skeleton looming over Neo-Japan's colony.
Oh, creepy.
It's scary. We get this little scene. Karato talks to Kashu afterwards, and he's like, hey, you think the Gundam fights can continue? And Kashu's like, yeah, but hopefully we've learned something from this one. Maybe we can try and fix the problems.
Yeah, if we know the problems, maybe we can fix them. And I'm not confident that that's true, but, I appreciate the optimism, my man.
Okay, yeah, that's like the same kind of pose he's holding her in, and she is wearing a ruffled red dress. So I'm gonna stamp a big old confirmed on this one, Audrey.
I'm not, again, I don't know if it's for sure, but I'm like, that seems very Gone with the Wind for me.
Yeah,
perhaps.
And now the opening of the show plays.
Yeah.
And like this is when it came full circle, where I'm like, oh, I love this opening because it works better as an ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works pretty good for this part.
Also, what can't that horse do?
Fun Psyche sprouts wings of light.
It sprouts wings, yeah. It already could fly through space. This is unnecessary. It doesn't need to do this, but he does it anyway.
What can't this horse do?
I love this horse. We see the Shuffle Alliance.
Yeah.
We see Chibity with his mommy.
Okay,
Chibity with his four mommies.
The most important thing of the Shuffle Alliance is Nastasha and Argo. And
Argo has a lipstick mark on his cheek.
Yeah.
So it's like Argo just standing in like the cockpit, and Nastasha's behind him, but he has a bright red lipstick mark on his cheek. It's like, yeah, do you, buddy? Do men get pegged?
No, he's getting men get pegged.
Yeah, and also the prisoners are there, like his crew.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Nice.
The more part is that
ending.
Nastasha texts him.
Doesn't matter. Sai she has a photo of what's her name from Neo Denmark. George, I don't even want to say.
Yeah, I mean,
no, yeah, Maria Louise kisses.
I have to say, like, all things considered, it's not as bad as it could be. So
Yes.
like,
When she pulled him down, I was like, no, stop.
stop. Yeah, yeah.
It was,
So
yeah.
Marie Louise pulls him down and kisses him on the cheek, and George blushes a lot, but it's like he's a homosexual. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's very chaste.
We get a shot of all the Gundams that helped out in the fight, and this final shot of all the Gundams is just me screaming and doing Leo point because in addition to all of the Gundam fight Gundams, we see Gundam F91 from Gundam F91. We see my favorite main Gundam, Zeta Gundam, from Zeta Gundam. We see Wing again. And most shockingly, we see fucking Zambot 3, which is a show from the 70s that Yoshiyuki Tomino, the creator of Gundam, made. So literally not a Gundam, just a robot that the guy who made Gundam made, who didn't have anything to do with this series.
I'm so happy for you, Max.
It's just like, what the fuck?
So a full list of the cameos that appear. There is, the original Gundam, Zeta Gundam, 00883 Gundam, Gundam F91, V Gundam, the manga Crossbone Gundam, Gundam, the Wing Gundam, Zambot 3, and then Daitarn 3, which is from another manga
that's
that
another
he did.
Tomino thing.
And then,
what the hell?
That's all the cameos in this final episode.
What a hell, Bulbasaur.
What else?
And he had, like, Allenby and Kirol make a heart in the air.
They sure fucking do.
Here? Why is Kirol involved in this?
Why? Like, I get that there's literally not another character who could be doing this right now, like, but maybe
it really
the
feels
Denmark
like
guy.
It feels like they're pairing the two of them up, which is very strange.
I know.
Because this is right after the
idea of Kirol suddenly being important again in these episodes is very funny.
It's so fucking funny.
Appeared in one episode, and then this is like right after the montage of all the other other people showing that they found love, and then it's like, here's Allenby and Kirol.
I found love in a hopeless place. I found love in a hopeless place.
And Domon is riding Funsaki with rain. They draw a heart. They fly through it, and the Shuffle Alliance flies after them.
See you at the 14th Gundam fight.
Yeah, it says, I trust you forever. And, everyone says, Gundam fight, ready, go. And, we just get a little banner. It's like, see you in 4 years.
Yep.
It's fine. Everyone will be normal by then.
It's okay. Nothing bad will ever happen again.
And we have finished G Gundam.
Jesus. Feels weird.
What a good fucking show. It feels weird. I mean, we've not finished because next week is the wrap-up.
I know, but I'm gonna miss this shit. Max, you have a good podcast.
I love doing it, and it's gonna be so weird going to Wing, where things are definitely gonna be a lot more serious and dire.
And also shitty.
Fine. No, we'll be back for G Gundam 2, which is about the 14th Gundam fight, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll be back for H Gundam. Thank you. Please clap.
No.
That's episode, though.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, no, it's weird to, think...
Double Jada Gundam.
It is, very weird to think that, I'm not going to be involved with this show after this week.
I know.
We've got the questions episode.
I mean, that's this week.
Yeah.
That's in 4 days.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Google sheet of every future Gundam series, and there's a lot of fucking blank pages, so if you ever want to come back for a series you haven't seen,
I've already signed up for SD Gundam Force.
Listen, Max, if you ever have a series that you have someone you need on, I will do it.
Well, I will keep you in mind. I mean, again, this is me saying at some point it will happen again, because there's just so much Gundam to cover.
There's so much Gundam.
I refuse to participate in the Universal Century, but if you have something else that you need someone on, then I guess I can.
Like I said,
hey, there's all the build series.
My only experience has been with G Gundam and Wing, and I know you have Wing covered.
Mm-hmm. That will be in a week or two from here.
If you need someone for other robot shenanigans, I'm happy to learn. On the way.
Hell yes. Yeah. When I get bored of Gundam, I'll watch Transformers and I'll be like, hey, Audrey, help me out.
I mean, you can just join Nero on my podcast, Prime Cuts.
True.
We can talk about Gurren Lagann someday.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
That would be a fucking...
One of these days I'm going to do a live stream of Gurren Lagann.
Oh my God, what a good show.
I have not watched it since... it was the first anime that I watched all the way through. I have not watched it since.
I have not watched it since it came out either, and I really want to do it. I really want to stream it. I really want to stream Gurren Lagann, and then Tiger and Bunny and Semumenko.
I did watch Tiger and Bunny my freshman year of college. Not bad.
They're calling you the anime enjoyer.
I didn't watch
the
movies or whatever.
Listen.
No, I hate anime, dude. I don't watch anime.
Oh, I was talking to Audrey, not you.
Oh, yeah, no, listen. I'm a fucking weeb and I know it.
I don't condone anime. I think it's childish.
Time for plugs?
Yeah, I guess so.
The show is good.
The show is good. Thank you.
We'll talk
for
more about the
listening.
show, our final thoughts on the show later, but fuck, the show is good. God damn.
We love it.
God
I think I like it even more
damn.
now than I did before.
I'm telling you, the best way to enjoy something more is to like. I mean, I use the word critically very loosely here, but like watch it for a podcast and take notes and analyze it.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you like
I
it
have
even
to
more,
say,
or hate it
like,
more. But you know,
I
one or the other.
have looked at the Wow Cool Robot chat Discord and seeing the fact that like our analysis and our connection to the series has like changed other people's perspective on it is like very meaningful to me in like a very serious way.
No, genuinely, one of my favorite things about the show is like the actual like genuine discussion we get out of it, and people like hearing people's viewpoints on things, and it's like, wow, shit, I'm making something that like people who love the product can come together and talk about. Oh my god,
I really have like zero confidence in my own ability to do like critical analysis of anything, but I feel like if anything, like if I'm able to at least get across an enthusiasm that like maybe, you know, is channeled to somebody else, that can at least get somebody to maybe be swayed to my way of thinking, like to maybe liking the show more than they would otherwise. Like I think that is I do like that.
I mean, that's literally what you did with Kamarosha Radio.
I mean, as we say, Wow Cool Robot, right?
Wow, cool robot. We're always saying it.
Cool Robot.
So Arga, you want to do plugs?
Kick us off.
Yes. Hey, what's up? I'm Argyle. You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_funk. You can also listen to me on my Yakuza podcast. It is called KMRO FM, aka Kamarocho Radio. Yakuza is my favorite series of video games. For, you know, similar reasons to why Gundam is my favorite Gundam series. Not really. Kind of. We have just started Yakuza 3. I think by the time this goes up, our first episode on Yakuza 3 should be out. So give that a listen. It's a good game, and it has its problems. But it has a lot of good parts too. It has some very good parts, and I think it gets short shrift for what it is. So yeah, give that a listen. Anyways, Audrey?
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at Optimum on Prime. You can also listen to our collective podcast that the three of us do together, Pot of Greed, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We're towards the end now of Season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which is kind of freaky to think about, but there's so much more Yu-Gi-Oh! To think about that I know we're going to be here forever, so it's fine.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
You can keep tuned. Nero, a friend of the show, Nero, and I are going to be starting a Transformers podcast if you want to hear more about me talking about giant robots, called Prime Cuts, which will be...
That's such a fucking good title.
That was my idea. I'm glad you like it. Called Prime Cuts. If you want to look into that, we'll be creating social media for it soon. And I don't have any other projects in the making at the moment, but if you're interested in hearing more from me, personally, you can follow at The Reticulation, that's at TheReticulation, on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook for updates about a website I'm trying to launch with a friend of mine about to spotlight and uplift LGBT voices in the realm of pop culture criticism. Mix?
hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Max. Twitter.com at MaxyBajillion is where I do my crimes. In addition to Pot of Greed that I do with my wonderful friends here, I also do another show called Slappers Only, which is a video game music showdown podcast. Guess what? By the time this episode comes out, the episode that we recorded on Sonic Adventure 2 Battle should finally be out this weekend, on Saturday, I think. Next up for that is Ace Combat 7, which is going to be a really fun time because it's just Metal Gear, but better. And also in planes. We love it.
Contentious.
It's like... Yeah, I mean, it has like the insane twist of Metal Gear, but like in a more sort of like
I bet it doesn't have nearly
way.
the amount of homoeroticism that Metal Gear does.
Hey, is Hideo Kojima of gay descent?
No, but Domon Kashu is. And also this show, you can go to Wow Cool Podcast on Twitter, check it out. Discord links all over the place in the show descriptions and on the Twitter thing. I'm forgetting how to talk. By the time this episode comes out, we'll have probably recorded our mailbag episode, Or maybe we'll be recording it later today if you're listening to this the very day it comes out. I don't think we've even set a time for that yet. But regardless, thank you to all of you who have sent in the question preemptively. We'll be getting to that very, very soon. 2 weeks after this episode goes up, Wing will begin, which I am really looking forward to. I don't really remember anything from Wing. I feel like I watched half of it or so when I was a kid. I remember very little. So this can be fun going back to it. And finally, what we always say.
Wait.
We're going to say something different.
Do I get my robot of the week?
Oh, shit, you're right. I almost forgot. Sorry, Audrey. I got really caught up. Audrey.
Jesus, dude.
My friend.
Come on.
My friend. What is that robot of the week?
Gladys!
Oh, good Ellen McLean. I love her. She never did anything
It's
wrong.
Gladys. Gladys made me a
love
lesbian.
Gladys.
Oh, Gladys.
I'm sure Gladys would be proud to know that she made you a lesbian.
Gladys and her neurotoxins made me a lesbian.
Hey, the cake is a lie.
Smoking that shit. Smoking that neurotoxin that made me a lesbian.
That good kush.
That good kush. Oh, good shit. And finally, as we always say, Argon Audrey, I'm going to want y'all to pick up on what I'm going to be putting down here. As we always say, Gundam fight.
Ready!
Go!
Very nice. See you next week.
Peach!
See you in the 14th Gundam fight.
今すぐに走